What assets are you most confident about over the next 6 to 12 months?
I'm going to say this with love from the bottom of my heart. The same assets from 6 months now to 12 should be the ones you love 5 years from now and 10 years from now. So I'm going to give you the typical ones. AI, of course, so NVIDIA, ASML, TSM, Anthropic when it goes public, OpenAI when it goes public, if Sam gets his shit together. Oil, XOM has been, ExxonMobil has been in stock club forever. That's the easy pick. Thirdly, though, agentic AI, particularly in helping you build a business and in your trading and investing to discover price points for where to invest. A lot of you are not using AI, and I hope the prompt last week helped. But the thing that I've been diving a lot deeper on is how to use agents to do price discovery in markets that are not publicly traded, but have impacts on publicly traded markets. So you have to put those there. But of course, AI, tech, healthcare, oil are the four. And then, of course, gold, the same ones that we've been saying. Mm-hmm. For my traders, I know you keep trying to rotate every month. And I just asked, what happened to the quantum was next thing? Even I brought that up in 21. Another thing, quit remixing my shit and presenting it to me like it wasn't mine. Y'all didn't know nothing about no quantum, nothing prior to the show. Respectfully and with love, I'm the villain. Let them be the good guys this year. I'm gonna be the villain. But AI, NVIDIA, Anthropic, TSM, Google, that's the ASML, Lilly, Amgen, ExxonMobil. You don't need to rotate out of those. Those would be fine, whether we hit crash, whether we the Federal Reserve chairman changes, whether the war ends, those would be good. I think the biggest mistake is focusing over on assets for a short period of time instead of a long period of time, but my answer does not change regardless if it's a 6-month horizon, 3 or 30-year horizon.
I'm going to put a disclaimer out because you said it a few weeks ago. I don't know if people took heed to it, but you talked about agentic AI. So I'll just say, a lot of people using OpenClaw, and they were, but you know what happened as a response is that Jensen said, all right, we'll create our own open source.
We'll make our own, my boy.
So now what do you do? Right? Again, give it out to them for free. Here's the software. I'm going to give it to you because you know what? You're going to come back and get the hardware. Right? So, yeah, NVIDIA for sure. I'll add, I know you said Exxon, but I'll add energy and infrastructure. And so GEV is definitely an asset that I would, I mean, I'm in those calls. I have the stock. I'm bullish on it just because the build out doesn't happen without a couple of things. Obviously, energy is one of them, but the infrastructure is going to be important too. So I think Caterpillar, from that standpoint, those are like two of my favorites this year. But everything you said is spot on. I agree with it wholeheartedly.
Rashad, what about you?
Alternative money assets. I think you got to look at, especially over the next 12 months, gold, Bitcoin. The monetary crisis is not going away. Every day somebody has more theories on how the dollar is going to lose its reserve currency status eventually.
They're telling you, BRICS are not real. Here we are. Okay,
for sure.
Get your petrodollars.
So we gotta look at gold and Bitcoin as the leaders in that.
Have to. And going back to your earlier point, if we go into a crash, they're going to have to print the way out of the crash like they did in 2020. And gold is going to go up and Bitcoin is going to go up even more.
Yeah. That's an interesting balance, right? If they print more, then the value goes down a bit. But the only way to keep the dollar steady is to show its importance, which is why the AI piece is so important. Because what are they spending on this CapEx? US dollars, billions. I think it's between the Mag 7. I think it's up to like 2.3 trillion spend.
And not one person has told me how they're going to get a 3x return on the investment, except Jensen.
And Mark Zuckerberg.
Kudos to Zuckerberg. I ain't seen Mark on the entrepreneurs. This is how you know it's serious. I ain't seen Mark or Priscilla on no vacation. He went to Miami, bought the house. Howard Schultz left Washington, went to Miami. You ain't seen him at Fayana or Sexy. They working.
And Google. Let's not discount Sundar. He's up there for CEO of the year.
For sure.
Yeah.
Great. I keep saying it, Google did everything I wish Apple would do. For sure. But that's a lot of money to be invested in our entire return thesis for the next 4 or 5 years. Is centered around AI, and no one is saying, here's how I'm getting 2x return out of this. We have to do it. Got to build a data center for $1 billion. Have to ruin the water supply in Michigan.
We need energy.
You need energy. Let's kill people through data centers. All right. Some of y'all companies are going to blow up. Not NVIDIA, but when this circular investment talk happens in 4 or 5 years, when we in Mars, I'm going to say told you.
Isn't that, it just thinks about that investing piece, like they're investing into the future. But part of me is just like, well, what else are they going to do with the capital? There's so much revenue, right? Like you can research and development. I get it. Yes, you can do all the things, buy back shares, all the things. But at a certain point, like you have to just find out who the future is and say, hey, here's the 2 billion synopsis. Here's the 2 billion cadence. Here it is. CoreWeave. Here it is, NVIDIA. They become a venture capital firm.
For sure.